Alright, what's up everybody? Hi, hello, I'm Dovei, and welcome back to Final Fantasy Tactics. Last time, between videos, I actually got into a couple battles and some stuff has changed. It's probably not going to be a whole lot of between episode grinding for, I optimistically would say, the rest of the chapter, but my levels are kind of low for that. But anyway, yeah, Ramza is still a monk. Still very much a monk. I am basically learning counter, and then he's going to be done with monk mostly for the game. I may as well go into why. Hamero is a very, very good ability. It is very expensive, and I don't want to grind forever. It's also very broken. Brave percent of the time, most of the time, it's kind of weird. It's a preemptive counter that negates the attack. It's very useful in story battles, but is also kind of screwy when it comes to other things. Counter will proc Brave percent of the time on almost every kind of attack if applicable. So I'm not going to bother with most of these things. Maybe revive, probably, I don't know. And then counter, so like 300 to 800 more. I'm going for counter and I'm going to stop for a while on monk. Yeah. Nash as a mediator, I have since learned Threaten. I am probably going to learn Praise, which raises Brave. The rest are kind of okay, not great. Raise and Lower Faith, Inflict Death Sentence, get some Gil, add Berserk, add Sleep. I got Monster Talk for out-of-battle recruiting, or random battle recruiting, rather. And for a couple story battles, I'll explain why much later. And then Nash is going to go back to Chemist for basically the rest of the game. Junk is on Thief because he's going to learn all of his secondary abilities, mainly stealing equipment. So that's a lot. That's 13, like almost 1800 JP. You're going to be here for a while, buddy. And I'm not going to need much here, I don't think. Maybe Catch. Catch would be fun. But I don't get stuff thrown at me very often. And Poach. So yeah, a while. So to compensate, I've given Throw. Also, apparently the game decided Junk is left-handed, but eventually ambidextrous. So I've since learned Throw, Shuriken, and Sword. I am also at some point going to learn Hammer and Axe, because I'll explain why later. But basically, because of how the way axes work, they have high attack power but varying damage. And, but the attack power is all that matters in a throw. And Casey has since become a Lancer, or Dragoon. And she's going to stay this way till job level 4, in which case her actual job will be unlocked. As for what she can do in the meantime, she can jump and attack 2 spaces away. And by jump, I mean 1 space away and 1 space vertical. A fun fact about Dragoon in this game is that you don't have to learn all of these to gain the full effect. So realistically, if I wanted to have Casey's Dragoon, and I'm still a little on the bench, or on the fence here, she's not on the bench and I exist, so I could just learn level 8, and therefore none of these would matter. I would still have the full horizontal range of 8, and vertical 8 to have the full vertical range of 8, giving me full effective jump basically everywhere. You don't have to learn the everything. The other thing I want on this is Dragon Spirit, which gives re-raise upon receiving a physical attack, which a mage or someone weaker could just proc. Brave percent of the time. And it's pretty good, for the most part. So, yeah, she's going to be here for a while. She may stay here. I don't know yet. That's where the party is. I have also since bought battle boots for Agrius, and a bunch of equipment stuff that needed to get vastly updated. So, yeah. Basically, where my party's at is learning all their second abilities so they can just sit in their main jobs for the rest of the game. Also, I forgot to talk about my mage. Connie is a time mage to learn, essentially, short charge, and basically that's it. I might learn slow. Actually, I may as well learn slow. But she's basically here for a purpose. And this is one of her secondaries. As a summoner, she has since learned Fairy. I may learn Bahamut at some point. I'm not 100% sure. The elemental summons seem to be doing good right now. I'm going to learn Titan. I may learn Golem as insurance, and I'm going to learn Bahamut eventually. That's going to come with grinding and some bar stuff. I've done no bar stuff, for the record. The idea is that she's actually going to be a black mage with summon secondary with a hint of short charge, because it basically cuts the charge time in half. It says shortened, but it's basically halved. With a monk in the party, I don't have to worry about half of MP at all. It's a gold hairpin. It's exactly what it says on the tin. But with a monk in the party, I don't have to worry about that, or a chemist when I eventually get to the point where I'm buying ethers. So yeah, that's basically where the party is. Casey is the only question mark at this moment in time, and I have wasted enough time talking. I really, really, really hope this battle goes well and doesn't turn into a complete and total heckin' something or other. Because I don't want to do that 5.5-minute explanation again, so let's just get into it. One thing else that I did in my previous last battle, aside from butchering the English language, was... yeah, okay, who's the highest level? You. I also got Nash some much needed EXP. He had been falling behind. So this battle is pretty interesting for the most part. I will explain why in a second, but yeah, remember the windmill fort? I remember it like it was just yesterday, and by that I mean like last week or something. There was this chocobo in the Wiregraph windmill battle. Remember how I said that particular chocobo named Boko? There was a particular chocobo named Boko that had guest stars and couldn't be permanently killed. This is another battle where there's a choice. This one you lose Brave, I think. This one I think you gain Brave, or at least stay neutral. And again, like the first Mandalia plane battle with Algus, it turns into a save the chocobo or kill the enemies. I'm choosing save the chocobo. The chocobo's probably going to act first, as are my guests, so I'm just going to mash triangle. This battle is also really bad for the camera movement. It's pretty bad. Also, yeah, on top of the other equipment I bought a spear for my Dragoon. That should go without saying. So yeah, there was this chocobo named Boko that had guest stars upon death, and wow, you have some good Brave on you too. I will be recruiting this chocobo. So there will be a lot more to this afterwards, but yeah, first I want to check the AT. Does everyone know? Okay, cool. Right, I could hit Gaff here. He would get mad, but he could live with it. I also want to get close to my quarry anyway. Oh, I'm not going to be able to hit you from, like, there. Okay, that'll work. This'll work. Earth Slash has an insane range. And I like it a lot. Kind of for that reason. Okay, so I have a movement of 5. So I'm kind of being aggro here for a reason. Oops, not steal. Let's just throw a shuriken, I guess. At you, I suppose, because you're the most dangerous. And it missed. Fantastic. Now, unlike every other battle in this entire video game where you have to save a specific target, the chocobo, who you have to protect, has a brain in its head and moves way the heck away into a spot where, at worst, it can only get hit by one other enemy at a time, and it can heal itself. The only smart AI that you have to protect the entire game. I'm not exaggerating when I say every other AI in this game is basically suicidal when it comes to, like, protecting. Can I reach from here? Nope. So to wait for you, then. Where's my summon? Oh, yeah, summon's gonna take a while. Well, haste it is, then. 71, 81, 54, 96. Okay, well. Alright, layer upon layer. Yep, Rums is hasted, which is good. You're not, which is the exact opposite of what I wanted to happen, but hey, JP's JP, I guess. I don't know why I actually continued to spin the camera there. That's fine. This battle overall is not really difficult. You're fighting a bunch of goblins. The only hard part is if for whatever reason Boko gets into a fix and gets bopped a lot. But usually playing aggro takes care of that. Also, the goblins tend to ignore Boko, except for the black goblin for some reason. Sometimes can get kind of aggro, but otherwise, yeah, it's the battle's pretty free. There's not much battle here. That's a risk I'm not necessarily willing to take. So let's just move up, I guess. Guess getting EXP is not a bad thing here. It's not nearly as dramatic as it is in Chapter 1 with Delita, but at the same time, it's not a bad thing for your guests to gain more EXP. As a general rule, guests can only gain EXP in these story battles which they participate, so if for whatever reason, I'm gonna do something very silly. I'm gonna move up here and throw a shuriken down. But yeah, in story battles, like, I can go out and grind in random battles. Guest characters cannot. So there's another little quirk if I get to show it off cool. It doesn't look like I'm going to, but if I get to show it off cool. If not, then whatever. Oh, cool. Get a free even kill here. I'm actually not even going to roll the dice. Nash needs EXP pretty bad, so I'm going to go ahead and just take it where I can find it. My train of thought has been 7 different things right now. I'm kind of sorry a little bit. Yeah, this battle, I'm basically just taking this battle to talk. It's goblins. There's not much of a threat. Can I summon in a reasonable? No, I cannot. But, okay, so... yeah, no, this is just not gonna work. Okay, I'm just fine where it is, thank you. Okay, good. If those dice had, like, actually cast to make me miss twice, I'd have been a little upset. So I want to restore her MP. Nash is in the area, he's got it covered. Plus, I want some more JP. Yeah, guests can only gain EXP here, so, like, it's a little bit dramatic of a difference if they don't get to do anything versus... Well, not really dramatic is not the right word, but if they don't get to do anything versus if they carry, is where I'm getting at here. This is fine. It's not gonna hurt at all. I need to kill that particular goblin. Not that particular goblin, though. If Nash could get the kill, that'd be great, but... Actually, here's where the thing could get kind of... Okay, if that goblin had countered, things could have been bad. I'm sorry, where it is, thing? Okay, this time it's between all of mine. So, yeah, this is why I'm not worried about her EXP at all. Because, yeah. Gaff is probably going to take a kill here. But sometimes 1 or 2 actions in 1 or 2 levels can make or break a guest, and sometimes in certain challenge runs, your guests kind of matter a lot. So, okay, you're dead, you're dead. Oh my own legendary. I don't need to protect the Chocobo at all at this point. The Chocobo is going to be just dandy. I didn't really want to move from that spot because there is a thing I want to show off, but it's not vital. I'm gonna go ahead and heal for the EXP, JP, the successful action. Not much else to really say here. Summoners really know how to clean up in situations like this where single target attackers, this would be kind of a mess with as low HP as Boko has. EXP is just straight up not a problem though. They get a lot of kills. That's not gonna be enough. Speaking of kills, I'm not getting this one. So instead, let's YOLO a goblin. Okay, worth a shot. That's probably why your EXP was so low. Okay, haste is worn off on you. Agrius might get this kill, which is totally a-okay. Yep. It is a little more important for Agrius to get the kill as opposed to Gafgarian. It's overall not that big a deal, though. Boko's gonna stay right the heck there. And I don't really have the wherewithal to do anything, so I'm just gonna go ahead and do a dumb here. And attack. So, fun fact about the elemental rods. Sometimes when you physically attack, they have a chance to follow up that attack with the casting of said spell. In this case, Ice 1. And I always found that pretty neat. Goblins are allergic to ice, also. Should point that out. Okay, I don't really need to do much else. I'm gonna get in range here. Probably not gonna get to show this off. So when a chocobo is in battle and on your side, including as a guest, they can be ridden as a mount. You use your move to get onto said chocobo, and now you have the movement of a chocobo with the act of whatever human unit. The downside is that chocobo no longer has a turn of its own, but in this particular case, it also makes the chocobo untouchable. And the glorious thing about that is in a battle where you have to, say, protect a chocobo from dying, if you can get one of your units over here really, really fast and mount said chocobo, you basically can't lose. I mean, I suppose if said units were, like, really, really, really awful, but, like... I'm just gonna surround this. I'm not gonna attack with Ramza, because Ramza does not need the EXP. Nash, however, does. Oh, that would have been enough to kill it. Attack Gafgarian. Or attempt to, rather. I probably could have gotten behind him, actually. Oh, never mind. I'm not using an elemental rod because I'm Time Mage. That's right. I'm smart. And Agrius is going to take the kill again. This is fine. Yeah, just sometimes your guest's level can make the difference in certain challenge runs. But yeah. So Agrius, like Delita, getting the EXP here is far from a bad thing. I can go get my own. So we get some money, potion, high potion rather, and a chocobo in our party. Now, I'm gonna explain why this is kind of not a big deal, but also a big deal, and how monsters in general work in the next video when I do my formation stuff. Spoiler warning, nothing really is gonna change, nothing that drastic. Well, one character in particular is gonna change, but yeah. That'll do it for this one. I mostly talked a bunch, and yeah, some of these battles are gonna get kind of longer in a little while. The game is actually started for real now, so, you know, that's the thing. Meanwhile, have a wonderful evening, everyone. Love your faces, and peace.